Lilbaby is back. Let's talk about it.
This is the sound of your ride home with Dad after he caught you vaping. Awkward, isn't it? Most vapes contain seriously addictive levels of nicotine and disappointment. Know the real cost of vapes. Brought to you by the FDA.
How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 10. It's Monday night, and right now, guys, I am taking shelter because right now, guys, we are having some high wind, crazy shit happening. Alright, shit's flying everywhere. Alright, there was just tornadoes literally this morning. Alright, so the wind's a little bit crazy right now. But we are taking shelter right now to talk about the lilbaby comeback. I mean, guys, let's go over the history. Let's go over the history of what we've done when we talked about lilbaby. We've been covering lilbaby's music since 4 years ago, since I started my podcast show. I started my first podcast show. And lilbaby was one of the ones I covered, one of the ones that I praised for being one of the best in that kind of, when I was just reviewing rap music for a while. Lilbaby is one of the top rappers that I always reviewed and always, gave good reviews for, because his music and his feature line, when he was doing the features too, lilbaby was doing this thing, killing it. Alright, lilbaby, again, one of my favorite rappers. Now, Later down the line, lilbaby did fall off at all. It's more like lilbaby put out a project, an album that was really hyped up, had a really great build up from his features, from his singles, a really great build up, and then the album dropped, and the album was not that good.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means? It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop Black Friday week starting November 21st. This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
Good, and people... I've got this a lot. I've gotten this a lot. I've heard this a lot, too, that it's like, well, lilbaby's music is nothing, good. It was nothing, crazy or nothing. So, of course, it's going to sound like this or whatever. And I look at them and I go, you don't listen to lilbaby's music. Because guy was always on beat. Always switching up his flows, always, making alright songs, making pretty good songs that I was covering for a while. And when he dropped this album, it really was a complete 180. The production on this album was some of the worst that I've heard in my life. And that's kind of my history of lilbaby. He dropped a shitty album, and he kind of disappeared for a while. He's been slowly coming back, and, I've slowly reviewed his music. Now, he dropped 2 singles because he's on this, comeback, albums dropping, and the comeback's going to be legendary. It already is. The first song already is doing its thing. That's how crazy the wind is, by the way. But yeah, it is a little kind of funny. I guess it's kind of funny that, I review lilbaby, kind of shitted on him on his last album, and he kind of disappeared for a while, but he's back. And guys, I think lilbaby is fucking back, because look, the features that he's done in 2024 have been really good. really, really good. And then I was like, okay, Lil Baby can come back. Now, he did drop a couple of singles that I didn't really care for, but then now he's dropped a couple of singles that I definitely do care for, and we're definitely going to review. And the first one we're reviewing today for Monday night, for Tuesday night we're doing the other one. This one's called 5 a.m. And guys, let's just talk about it. I haven't, wrote a review in a little bit, so this is kind of funny that I wrote a Lil Baby review. So, hey, let's get it started, guys. I got a couple of points I want to get off my chest. Starting off with the first point, I think the beat on this album on this song, 5 a.m. is really good. One of the things that I love about this beat is that it just has this kind of like choir piano kind of feel to it. And when you have that kind of choir piano feel to it, and you have those kind of hard trap drums, I really like that. I really enjoy that. I think it's always going to be, a beneficial factor when you're listening to these songs, because I love when a beat has so much to it. And I can pick up on the choir, I can pick up on those back, I can pick up on them heavy drums, and I really, really enjoy that. And that's going to lead up to my second point, too. My second point when we go into the two verses, when I talk about the first verse, that's going to be one of the points. Really good verse to start out with, really good flow, really good Lil Baby vocal-wise. Lil Baby is on beat on here, which is one of the complaints that I had last album. His last album, I felt like a lot of beats weren't really matching up with Lil Baby's auto-tune vocals, and so it made him sound like he's kind of off beat. And, it was kind of weird, because it was like, how the hell did you mess this up? Guy's literally rich, he can just fucking buy to produce his song better. But look, I'm not going to, harp on that old album too much, because it's a new comeback. And already what we have from here is better than any of that fucking other album that he dropped, which is really good. And it really shows that, yes, man is goddamn back. Now, I really love the flow switches here. I love everything about that too. And I love that, there's a lot of flow switches here. There's a lot of stuff, to really listen to and listen for. But I love that there's a flow switch up. There's a big flow switch up. And we're going to go over that when I talk about when I go over the whole review. But for right now, I'm just going to say this. The flow switch was really fucking good. I mean, really damn good. It's like your grandma cooking up a homemade pot pie. It's standing on the fucking oven, and it absolutely damn hits. I mean, the flow switch was really good. One of the best that I've seen, and it's one of the best verses from Lil Baby that I've heard from a single in a fucking little bit. So that's really awesome to hear. I really love that flow switch. I love how it kind of just goes off at the end, and it's really nice. Now, guys, those are my 3 points. Those are my little points here. Put the phone down. Let's really go over this whole review, and let's talk about this beat. Lil Baby, 5 a.m. Let's talk about that beat. Guys, like I said before, this beat just goes absolutely hard. I love this choir, the background vocals. I like those hard banging drums. Everything about this beat absolutely hits. When we have those choir, when we have these background vocals that help elevate this beat, and it goes from a trap beat to a good trap beat to a good trap beat that has a lot to it, which I always, really do end up complaining about with a lot of stuff that I review, because a lot of the time, it's the basic piano trap beat, or it's the basic, there's nothing to it. There's nothing that I want to listen to. There's always that kind of factors into it. So I really love this beat. I think this beat's fire. And then, hey, let's talk about the 2 verses, guys. The 2 verses are really good. This is like Lil Baby, like how he raps when he's on a feature. You ever notice, like, when Lil Baby's on a feature, how he kind of just goes completely off? Especially, at the ending of his features, he usually goes off with a flow switch or something like that. We have that kind of thing going on in this track. And I really like that. The flow switches here absolutely hit. I love that third flow where he's kind of like just pounding and pounding and pounding away on the beat. It goes crazy. And overall, this is probably one of the best couple of verses from Lil Baby and absolutely a fucking minute. And absolutely a goddamn minute. This is probably some of the best couple of verses that I've heard from Lil Baby in a damn fucking minute. And you love to see it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what, needed him to, channel himself back. But Lil Baby's damn back. Guys, overall, if this is the comeback for Lil Baby, I am all for it. And honestly, I'm kind of excited for the new album. So overall, this is a great track. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, what'd you think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. Do you love Lil Baby's comeback? Are you ready for the album? I don't know. Let me know. And guys, hey, thank you so much for listening, guys. If you're on YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications. Tuesday night, we're going to review the next Lil Baby single. So make sure you stay tuned for that, guys. And hey, it's been fun. And the wind is going absolutely crazy. There's just only one more episode you have to deal with this crazy fucking weather right now, guys. But I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. Bye.